Hello everyone and welcome back to Repeat. On the last episode we chose Sissel, and on this one, title screen. The fuck does that mean? Alright, so something really fucking cool happened, right? Alright, so today I'm recording this on Sunday the 5th, and basically what happened is I got a message on Twitter, the place of the tweets, and it was from Shirokoi of all people. For those who don't know, that's the person who makes the fucking game that I'm playing right now. You know, this one right here, this fucking game. The person who makes that sent me a message. And they told me that the next update is going to be rewording some of the older stuff because, you know, I asked them about this. They said that a lot of the older stuff, a lot of where the whelps come from, the fucking whelps, are from writing that he did in high school. And he used to say whelp a lot back then. So a little more forgiven because a lot of fucking people said whelp back then. But he basically said that a lot of the older stuff is going to be rewritten, not completely changed, but and some stuff is going to get changed. That's why it's an in-development game. You can't get too attached to any one thing because it might get changed, and most likely for the better. So the whole thing that he wanted me to do is, this is still the 0.5.1, I think? Yeah, 0.5.1 update. There's supposed to be a new update. I think it might already come out by this point. But he asked that I play the Owen path and give my feedback based on what is currently there, so he knows what to change, essentially. Because he actually pays attention and watches and stuff. Like, I just naturally assume that anyone who's making a fucking game at the same time that they're doing college and trying to get jobs and all this other shit, and also to fit in being an exhibitionist in there, so cool. Hey, you do you, brother. You do you. And have other people do you, I guess. Hey, the last person I was gonna give anyone shit on anything sexually, as long as it's not like illegal, like pedophilia or whatever, I'm not gonna give anyone shit for doing anything sexually. Like, I think that people expressing who they are is like the best thing ever, so cool. I have played up to the point where you choose Sissel, and I'm going to continue at that point. I'm not gonna fuck with that file at all, but I am going to, starting with this episode, play through the Owen parts and give my feedback along the way. And so for a lot of the stuff that's exactly the same, I'm going to cut through it, but when there's any sort of difference, I'm going to show it. So, because a lot of people said that they would be interested in seeing not only all of the different stuff, but also once the game is fully done, see me go back and do it all over again. So, I ain't beating this dead horse, because this horse is alive and kicking. Have you ever been kicked in the face by a horse? I did. That's why it looked like it. So without further ado, let's get on with this shit. So I guess we're gonna start a game. Do you remember anything? The events that happened before? The tragedies that will repeat themselves? I get it now. I actually don't get shit. I still am clueless as fuck. I promise. Everything past the episode, nothing has been played past the episodes that you have seen. I promise you that. Day 1, begin again! 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 Don't spray me, motherfucker!
It's totally empty.
Yeah. Don't do that. You'll give yourself cancer. Stop! There he is. It's our main character. So this is it, huh? I'm not gonna read everything. I just know that stuff changes at some point, so I'm not gonna read everything. And I also asked about these posterized fucking backgrounds. He's not gonna be redrawing everything because the pictures actually work. They're not too distracting. The art style, they are changed a little bit, so they're not totally distracting, so cool deal. Not that way. I know that now to be Echo telling us not to go that way. If you notice, a lot of people have been drawing parallels between the Remnant, like the Corrupted Wish, and Echo, because they both have a noose around their neck, with Echo having the camera, and then with Hallie referring to Echo as breaking apart and he could become a Corrupted Wish. So that's terrifying. And I have some extrapolations that I think could be a part of that, like Echo becomes the corrupted wish if you choose wrong, and so you're repeating back and forth and all that. I don't know. I honestly have no fucking clue, and I'm really looking forward to finding it out. So let's continue. Hey, it's Philip. He's the best one. Okay, so this is where we decide our names. Now, I'm not going to do the same name. Like, that's kind of a little weird, is that I wouldn't be, you know, John. It makes sense, like, if that's the repeat name. But this is a different run entirely. This is a different set of events. This is different. But at the same time, it's like the whole theme of the game is that you're repeating, and so every time you play the game, it's a different set, but all of the other characters have the same name, so shouldn't I have the same name? That's actually a quandary. Like, I thought about it. I thought it was so simple. I was like, it's a different save file, different name. But I was like, shouldn't it still be John? Because Philip's the same name, Sissel's the same name, Owen's the same name. Fuck it. It's too thematic not to do it. Every save file is going to be under the name John. Oh, look, I think someone's already here. I glance out from under Philip's umbrella, and there's a motherfucker climbing the walls. It's the Owen run, motherfuckers! We doing the Owen run! Forgot about this fucking Motown music. Gonna go down and get a lass down at the saloon. It's always nice to meet a bunch of cute boys. Alright, so I made this decision the first time around where I thought I hadn't really decided what was and wasn't going to be the run or anything like that. Because I just met these characters. I don't know which one is dateable or not. But I'm going to try my best to side with whatever I believe will be beneficial to the Owen run. As much as... Okay, to address my disdain for Owen, I don't like Owen... I don't like characters who can't take no for an answer. I don't like people who can't take no for an answer. But I know if this game's track record is anything, that appearances are not what they seem. So I'm looking forward, I really genuinely am looking forward to figuring out what is behind this character. What will make this character tick? What makes this character more than just the guy who'll grab your ass and be like, hey, you want a soda? You know, I want to know. So climb the window. I made that decision the first time around, so we're just going to go with that. Why is Philip uncomfortable with heights if he's the black cat? That's actually... Huh. I hadn't thought about that. Hey, you brats! Here comes Mr. Dolores. Oh, Lord. Mr. Dorcas Dolores. Good Lord. Thanks for the help anyways. That's what I said in the normal run, so I initially skipped past it. But, figure I should include the choices. I said thanks for the help. I don't know... The other one was like, wow, be sarcastic with him. And, wow, rich guy that does a lot of errands. And then the other one was sorry for the trouble. So I figured my original choice was the better one, in my opinion. So I will find out if I fucked up pretty soon. I also found out that, like, the sex scenes before day 9? 10? 9? Whenever you make the choice is non-canon. I don't know what that means exactly. I'd like to know. Because I would think... That's why I keep mentioning, I'm like, why are you being so weird about being boyfriend material? The guy gave you we call it a dry tug, but you were in a shower. He gave you a hand job while dry humping your ass in a shower. Why are you being so weird, Sissel? I think that usually means something. I'm curious. I'm seeing Echo here now. How is it an urban legend that this camera's haunted if it's the same things over and over again? I am curious how that works exactly. I like having these questions because it's giving me more incentive to keep reading forward to see what happens. Yeah, because if he's a wish, why would other people see him? If other people can't see wishes, but then it's been shown that other people can see wishes, but then what makes... What the fuck? I'm very confused now. I'm very confused by that. This throws a wrench... Hashtag wrench life, or whatever the fuck, from Alien Isolation. That really throws a wrench into the whole idea of what's going on. If no one else can see wishes, then why is it deemed as a haunted camera? I'm very confused. Maybe it's just because it's old. People are like, oh, it's an old camera, it's haunted, or people are trying to get out of doing old shit. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I hope that it's given some sort of proper explanation in the future. Like how he says, I can't answer those questions right now. You don't answer those questions later either, asshole! Mother... Why does he run out of time? Of course, I don't know. I'm gonna stop asking these things because I am assuming that there's gonna be an answer. Like, I have not been given a reason to believe that there wouldn't be an answer given at this point, so I'm gonna hold true to the idea that there's a reason why Echo's time ran out. And there's Sissel. Sorry, buddy, I ain't getting you this time. Give him the wallet, Christ. Why wouldn't you give him the wallet? Jesus. You think you want to be an asshole about it and not give him his wallet? That's his fucking... Even if he was a rich kid, like, give him his fucking property. Christ. Café de Coeur. I don't know how that pronounced, but I didn't even realize de Cure. Café de Cure. I don't know, or Café de Queer. I don't fucking know. I don't know how to pronounce that shit. Tell Owen to fuck off. Love it. I just noticed that Sissel, much like Coach Grifter, is wearing the tank top with the nipple poking out on the side. Except for Sissel's shirt is all fucked up. Like, but get him we should buy him a shirt. We should buy him a shirt. Strolling around campus, someone wanted me to do that, but going to the gym is what gets me to Owen. So I'm gonna go to the gym. When it's time to do the Philip run, I'll stroll around campus. It's gonna be hard to figure out what the Philip run choices are supposed to be because he's so mysterious. Alright, those are the bubbles, and if I remember correctly, someone says if you go up there, then that's Philip blowing the bubbles. But, I don't know. Still going for the double deuce on this one. And then there's Sissel, looking like he's gonna stab a bitch. This is the beginning of the different shit, because I'm not following Sissel. I'm gonna stay and talk with Owen, motherfucker. What's going on between you two? Sissel looked about ready to skin you alive. It's a long story. He and I have a bit of history, if you know what I mean. What, you used to date? Me and Sissel? Nah, nothing romantic like that. Although we used to be pretty good buds. That's hard to believe. Sissel looks ready to gut you every time you're around. Owen scratched his head uncomfortably as I stare at him. It doesn't look like he'll go any further on the subject. This whole thing between us, it's probably the best that you ask Sissel instead of me. It's mostly his story after all, I'm just a bystander. Really now? I mean, I did participate a little bit, but just a little. Okay, I had a lot to do with it, but it'd be rude for me to tell you behind his back. So shoot, go ask the little bunny boy yourself. My lips are sealed. I would, but Sissel probably ran to the other side of campus by now. Good luck with finding him then. Meanwhile, I'll go start my morning shower. As he says this, Owen stretches his arm over his head and leans back. Wow, he really has a nice body. Yo, John, my eyes are up here. Well, I'm sorry, I wasn't... Want to shower together? You guys are clean boxes anyway. Definitely not! Although a shower does sound pretty good right about now. I knew you couldn't resist. We're showering separately! The shower room was pretty clean and crisp for something in a school dorm. I groan and finally strip off my soaked boxers. That damn camera ghost is more trouble than he's worth. As the steamy, warm water rains down on me, I gave a happy sigh and reached for the soap. I really needed this. Suddenly a movement catches my eye and I glance around behind me. The teacher of the class was Mr. Docus Dolores. God, does he have a monotone voice! Sorry, I've been fending off that burp for a while, but it just was gonna happen. It was just gonna happen. Why is he staring at his own glowing crotch? Oh wait, this is phone. He's hiding it under his desk, I think. I hope. Radioactive cum! Whoa. What the fuck was that? Whelp! Understanding! I'm understanding the whelp! Urgh. I also got shit about this. They said texting Owen was the funniest thing ever, apparently, so let's text Owen. What we're supposed to do, apparently, because... Oh boy, I get a lot of crap about this. I sigh and pull out my phone discreetly under my desk. Luckily, Owen gave me his number yesterday in case I needed anything. I'm sure he was just trying to be helpful without any ulterior motives whatsoever. With a sigh and a click, I sent him a text. Help, I'm dying. After a few moments, my phone buzzed in reply. Need some mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, bud? Winky face! No, my death by boredom is imminent. There is only one cure. I demand you tell me an amusing story. I'm not much of a storyteller. Are you gonna leave me alone, helpless and dying? So cruel. Okay, so a good story. Once upon a time, there was a handsome young prince who lived in the kingdom of BriAnna. Oh, Lord, who's this about? He was the most handsome and charming man there ever was. Does his name happen to be Owen? Don't interrupt! But yeah, his name happens to be Owen. Nice guess. Anyway, Prince Owen was strolling along his kingdom when he happened upon a looming tower. Once approaching this mysterious tower, an ugly old man by the name of Dorcas Dolores stood in his way. He is in no way related to our writing workshop teacher, B.T. Dubs. Of course. Anyway, our noble and handsome prince approached the ugly hag. I demand you tell me the purpose of this tower, the handsome Owen shouted. Shut up and do your homework, the hag replied. Prince Owen was enraged. How dare this ugly man suggest such a demeaning activity? I'm starting to get a good picture of your study habits. John, what did I say about interrupting? Whoops, sorry. Back to my amazing story, I will rescue the fair princess from your clutches. Prince Owen roared and drew his awesome sword. Swing! I actually have this right next to my recording setup. Make sure you see it all in this cropped version of this film. I do have this right by my desk. Should a ne'er-do-well come through that door and seek asylum in my asshole. Call your parents and apologize for being such a disappointment, the Dolores hag hissed. Prince Owen cried a little. Oh no. Ouch, that's harsh. I know, right? Suddenly, Dorcas Dolores swelled and transformed into a giant, disgusting rat with wrinkly skin like an oak tree and stinky yellow teeth. His hair was a tangled serpentine mess and his chin grew to look like a shapely ballsack. We've used that phrase later in this when Jenny shows up, you mention this exact phrase. I didn't know it was a reference to this because I didn't do this in my original run. Upon reflection, Owen didn't think the Dolores looked all that different from before. That's so cruel. You know it's true. The hag lunged at the noble prince, but Owen was much too quick. With a quick stab of his golden sword, Owen pierced the beast in the heart. It died. That's a bit anticlimactic. Its screams echoed through the whole kingdom as blood seeped from its last wound. The hag slumped to the Prince Owen's feet and rasped, Noble prince, you've bested me! And then it died. That's a lot of sass in one text message. Prince Owen entered the tower to search for the princess and immediately went to the basement. A princess his, I should say. Because at the top of the tower was too obvious a place to look. Of course. He found the pretty Princess Sissel and he immediately leapt into the prince's arms. Oh noble. Try to do this in Sissel's voice, it doesn't work. Oh noble prince, Princess Sissel cried, you are the bravest among men. I am so sorry I broke your ribs last summer. It's fine, please get off me, the fair prince said. Oh, Prince Owen, Sissel cried again, come closer so I may touch your glorious body. Prince Owen was, at this point, totally creeped out. So he left the weird-ass princess in the basement and went to the top of the tower instead. This is going to murder you. He's never gonna find out. Anyway, at the top of the tower, the noble Owen found his beautiful Princess Philip standing on the edge of the balcony. The edge, oh, cool world, the princess sobbed. Will I ever be free from this torture? Perhaps I should jump and end it all. No, fair princess, Owen cried. I will free you. Together we will live in peace and happiness. Princess Philip gratefully accepted, and so they rode off into the sunset and lived happily ever after. That was actually a pretty good story. And then the two had hardcore sex for the rest of the night. You just had to earn it, didn't you? That's my job, John, P. The phone suddenly buzzed again, but this time the message was not from Owen. Do you twats realize you've been sending the group messages? I don't think I can room with Owen peacefully anymore. Come closer. Shit! This game has made me quack twice! Do you have a fucking death wish? I'm actually afraid of heights. Why the fuck are we princesses? But you gotta admit, it's a pretty... He typed stuttering. That's pretty good. It's a good story. At least I got a happy ending, sort of. See, Philip agrees. Good story, my ass! You're dead as soon as the bell rings, you shit-eating! At that point, I turned the phone on mute and sighed. That was one hell of a journey. I turned to see Philip covering his mouth with stifled laughter while Sissela and was furiously texting in the back of the classroom. Owen didn't even bother trying to hide his laughter. It echoed through the classroom, drawing attention from both confused classmates and an angry Mr. Dolores. This guy is just too much. Oh, that was nice. That was wonderful. And the first appearance of Hallie. Hallie. She mentioned a broken camera and a broken wish. You can only go so far with that. I'm like, that's actually... It's cool going back. Like, this game has a lot of replay value, other than just the fact that it has the alternate paths. But it also, like, gives you, like... You get to go back and... Even if you're doing the same shit, you get to see it through a different light. Like, and I haven't even finished the game and I'm enjoying that part of it. It's like, oh fuck, hey, imagine what happens when I've actually beaten the game and then I get to go back and see all the actual new updates and shit. Like, that's gonna be cool, man. Okay, so in the last run, I went to the roof and that's where we met Philip. I think in the kitchen you meet Sissel, so I don't know if there's a way to get to Owen this way, but for the sake of seeing something different, I'm gonna go to the kitchen in the next episode. Thank y'all very much for watching this. Actually, I gotta at least click the kitchen so that I can save. But thank y'all very much for watching this episode of Repeat. I know it's kind of jarring to go from one run and then immediately go to the next one without finishing the first one, but I got asked to do it that way. So thank y'all very much for watching and understanding. Please, God, please understand. I'm sorry. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I have been the trained ed professional speaking for the voices in my head when I say until next time, fare thee well. Bye, everyone!